Um, as you can see, we're doing something completely different today. I am playing Project Cars 2. We're going to do some racing. I have some ideas for the future on this, and I think I'm going to try and do a weekly. Let's see how often I hold up on that one. And do my own little sort of racing series thing. Anyhow, as you can see, we are set up here. I am in a BMW touring car, the 320TC. That's what we're going to be racing with. We are going to be racing at the Ruapuna Park GP in New Zealand, a little over 2-mile track. We're going to be doing 20 laps, so about 40 miles. That's why the name of the video is called the Kiwi 40. And we're going to be up against 19 other opponents, all in the same class. And I've got it on level 30 out of the high levels, just because I'm relatively new to this game, and I want to see how things react. And this is a little bit higher than I've been doing. I've been doing about level 20 on both of them, so this is going to be the more difficult. I've only done a couple of runs around this track, so I am not really used to this track as a former Gran Turismo player, and will be again someday. This has never been in any game I've ever played before, so that's why I did this. I'm not doing any practicing or qualifying. I'm doing random. I think I got it set up as random. You can see I've got rules and penalties off. A little fun today. And okay, that's all that. Where is the session setting? It's all off. I have it set somewhere. I know I have it set somewhere where I start randomly. But whatever. No mandatory pit stop, no formation. It's going to be a rolling start. 20 laps. And we're good to go. A couple of times I've done this, I have had some problems in this course. Figured it'd be a little more fun to have a course that I'm not all that familiar with and have had some problems with in practice runs. And especially that little hairpin right after the end of Section 1, right into Section 2. I forget the name of that corner. I've looked it up. Cursed it out a few times. So yes, this will be not safe for work language. I do tend to curse a little bit when I'm racing games. So we'll go from there. I do also always run in the not in the first person view. Well, you'll see when the track comes up. I find it easier that way, just personally, because when they're in the in-car view, you can't look around like you normally do. You have to move the stick, and then you can't see. I don't like it. So there we go. We are going to be starting in 7th out of 20. That's a decent place. So yeah, this is where I always view from. I find it easier to make sure I see what's around me so I don't do anything bad. And you'll notice I do have the racing lines on when we get into corners. I do that on courses I'm not 100% familiar with yet, so I know when to brake. Oh, someone lost something and I'm about to lose it. Yep, there goes my tail end. Ooh, saved it pretty well though. I mean, thanks to that other car right there that I bumped off of. I don't know why it shows me the turning line there, because there's not really much to turn on there. Here's the corner that I always have problems with. Oh, get the hell out of my way, you bitch. And the first time I did this track, there's one corner coming up. I pointed out that I wasn't paying attention as I was worried too much about passing someone, and then I just went flying too far straight. I think it's the next corner here. Yeah, it's this. I was coming down this stretch here. I was worried about passing someone, and I wasn't paying attention and just went off horribly right there. See if I can get the inside line here. Beautiful. Low. Nice inside line pass there at the end. That's the final stretch. Let's see if I can not lose it during the opening turn. Turn 1 here. I think it's called the Dunlop corner, if I remember correctly. And I've got one friend who lives in New Zealand, not too far from where this track is, actually, I was told. If he wants to tell me through other messages what some of the names of these corners are again, I will make sure to not credit him by name, but point him out as Kiwi, that he gave me the names that I needed. Now, obviously, the second lap is going to be slightly better than the first because of the rolling start, and you don't have you're not at full speed when you cross the start-finish. Oh, crap. And lost it. Wasn't third, dropped back to 8th. I mean, out of 20 cars, I'm not going to complain about P8. Especially when it's only one slot back from where I started the race. Oh, you bastard. Yeah, that was a little bit of a payback there. I'm not going to lie, that would have been penalty if I had penalties on. When I do the other thing, if I do the other thing I was talking about before, a weekly race, I will have penalties and all that on, so I won't be... So there'll be some rubbing, because, you know, rubbing is racing, I don't care what you say. But there's not going to be, like, me tailing this guy in and using his back end to slow myself down. I wonder if I'm going to need... Oh yeah, and my spotter or pit chief or whoever that is pops in every so often. It's a little obnoxious if I don't have headphones on because you barely hear him. The default is he speaks at you through the speaker on the controller from the PlayStation 4. And that was just too weird. I don't like that speaker. Any game that has that as an option for something, I always turn it off. Alright, we're coming into the... I call this the back stretch because it's not the front stretch, and it's the longest straight other than the main straightaway where the start-finish line is. Now I did a little bit of reading I read about this track just to learn a little bit more about it, since I did enjoy it, the little bit I've done on it. Is that it mostly is motorcycle racing. They do some car racing, but it's a lot of motorcycle racing on this track in real life. So it's interesting that they chose to put it in a game that's focused on cars. They even do some other non-motorsport event races around here. Like I was reading about like bicycle races and duathlons. I think that was one of the things I was reading. So probably running and biking. Oh, why is that car right off the line? Was he trying to make a move, or was he... So, I mean, it's a beautiful looking course. And I don't know how accurate... I mean, this is... Oh, crap. Another off, and I'm losing my tail again. Amazingly, I only lost one spot, though. I lost about 6 seconds. Okay, yes. That was 100% my fault. Let's see if I can get a slipstream. Oh, where'd you come from, douche? That's right, that is shift down button if I was in manual. Crap! Whoa! I really lost it there. I don't even know what the hell happened. But I lost a lot of places and a lot of time there. I wonder what would have happened if I just gone ahead and cut that corner completely there. I think there's no penalties, so I wonder if it would have made me go back and make it again. Alright. You know, we're gonna have a little fun after this, yeah. The next 5 laps after this one is done, so laps 6 through 10, I'm gonna do without any heads-up display, so I'm not gonna know where I am, I'm not gonna know how any of my gear is. Which I'm pretty certain I have all damage set right now as to just visual. I don't think the damage is not actually going to affect my handling. But I'm doing pretty well right now. Well, we're at 11. Alright. There we go. Now the HUD is completely off. I have the minimal HUD up anyhow when I'm normally running, as you saw, just because I try to keep it as what I see on screen is stuff that I could call and ask my spotter or my pit crew, my pit chief, if I was actually on the course in a real car. God damn it, get off the grass, get off the grass. So yeah, despite the hovering camera from behind, I try to be as realistic as possible. Oh yeah, and the racing line through corners. So this is coming up to the end of 6. Just inside the top 10. Catch your slipstream. Ah, crap. I hate turn 1. Crap, and I think that puts me back into 12. Fucking bitches. Now also, you notice compared to when I'm playing other RPG games, I don't have the on-screen chat up, just so I can focus more on the race and not worry about reading the, what, one viewer I probably have right now, what they say. I don't know if having mandatory pit stops off is going to make it so I need to not refuel. I don't know. Alright, so my plan for the race series that I want to do is basically, I was up at 7 o'clock this morning, watched the Russian Grand Prix, the F1 race. Great race. I mean, just like any other F1 race, that was pretty much determined who was going to win the top 4 positions right off the first corner. So that was not surprising in the least. What was interesting was the conversation Bottas was having on the on the radio right before right at the end of the start of the last lap, and the crew chief was like, "We'll talk about it after the race." So Mercedes teams won. Mercedes teams game 1 and 2. I think they're undefeated. They've swept every race at the Sochi Autodrome, if I remember correctly. That's what they were saying. The Mercedes cars have, at least. Oh, you son of a bitch! Fucking whorebag. I don't even know what position I'm in. I don't remember how many laps I've done, though. I think this is the 3rd lap with no HUD. Whatever, I'll finish this one, then 2 more with no HUD, and then I'll put the HUD back on. And then I started this shortly after the NASCAR race at the Roval at Charlotte, and holy hell, what an end to that. That was an amazing race. I loved that track. Makes me wish I had the money to go out and pick up the NASCAR Heat 3 game, so I could actually race on the Roval. But I'd rather race the Roval with other vehicles, not just NASCAR cars. So, like, I'd love to put a GT3 car on there. I'd love to put a Le Mans car on there. But because it's a NASCAR game, I can put the NASCAR, I can put the Monster Energy trucks, I can put the Xfinity cars, monster cars, or I can put the Camping World trucks on it. Whoop-dee-doo! So the next lap will be the last lap with no HUD. Depending on where I am, I might put the last couple of laps on. Ah, you shit. Speaking of Monster Energy. See, this is what happens when you run a course that you've never really put much time and effort into in any other video games. If we were doing the same race at Brands Hatch, or even Silverstone, the Stowe circuit, I put more time in Stowe than I think than any other version of Silverstone. I mean, I love the full GP where they do the Great Britain Grand Prix with the F1s. I love the full Silverstone course. But anyhow, like I was saying, the plan is do 20-man races, just like this is. I can do 8 of the different F1 actual Grand Prix, so this lap will be the last with no HUD. And then I'm going to do 15 total races. The first race, the way I'm going to do it as far as points, quote unquote, because I can't guarantee that all the NPCs, all the computer controlled racers will be the same characters. Each one is whatever order they rank in they start in, excuse me. So the first race, and I'm going to do random, I'm not going to qualify or any of that. So that wherever I am surrounding me. So the few times that I don't, basically, if you start in 1, you're player 1. Start in 2, you're player 2. And then just wrap around myself. So if like in this race, I started in P7, so that P6 will be P6, and then P8 will be P7, as far as my points. And I'll keep track of it, if I remember to do it. I did pick up to 15 tracks, each one in a different country. All of them real tracks, unlike the fictional ones that are in here as well. And the tracks that are real in here, like Silverstone, like Monaco. I know exactly how many laps each of them is for the GP series, for the F1 series. And for the ones that I'm going to make my own races, and they're not going to be F1 cars, I'm not going to use that for the for this thing. I'm just basing it on the F1 circuit. I'll probably use GT3. Okay, I'm in 12. Yeah. Hey, and I judged right. Remember I said I was going to do 6 through 10? So yeah, that's my... I think I've spoken clearly. But I have it set up. Like Monaco is one of the ones I can do. Silverstone is one of the real ones I can do. Hockenheim is another one I can do in real life. And Francorchamps, Spa, or Belgian Grand Prix, whatever you want, however it's actually pronounced. I can't. I'm an idiot. But the Russian is not on here. Some of the others. Oh, and the Austrian. I can do the Austrian. I can do an Australian, but I can't do it at the proper track. It'll be Bathurst that I do that Mount Panorama. Or I could do it here and just... Because everyone knows, and if you're watching this, Kiwi, I'm saying this just to piss you off, everyone knows the Kiwis and the Aussies are the same people. So I'll do the Australian Grand Prix at a Kiwi course. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, there we go. Relatively clean through there. I would like to finish in the top 10. I had the inside line there, douche. Don't know who's to blame on that one right there. Even though I have penalties and everything off, you can see I'm trying to drive clean. Been a few bumps and I will always agree that rubbing is racing. Can I go? I don't think that would have been a penalty. Oh! That should have been him penalized there if there were penalties. He totally jumped right in front of me there. And that's why the inside line is important. Oh, I have the full thing on, that's what I want on. I was wondering why the screen was so full. Let's see, 17 seconds behind, 7 to go. Not impossible. Also not very... Ooh, I don't like the sound of that. I did like I wrapped up there, but I didn't see the tire smoke, so... What I do love is if you look on the back bumper there, you can actually see all the mud from all the times I've gone off track. The other thing I'm planning on doing for whatever I call my Grand Prix circuits is each race have the difficulty and the aggressiveness of the CPU drivers be determined by dice roll. So that I will roll a percentage die and a D10 and whatever it is for each one, that's how it will be set up. So if I roll a 30 and a 5 for aggression, that'll be 45 level aggression, and so on and so forth. And all the races will be approximately the right length. And I just heard my phone go off in the background. It's on the other side of the room, and I am not going to answer that right now. Someone's sending me probably a PlayStation message or an and it might have been a push notification from the NBCSN. Ooh, nice. Got a Red Bull Racer right in front of me now. Up inside the top 10. Yeah, I got 6, 7 to go. I mean, I'll be happy with a top 10, but I want a top 5 now. 4 more spots with 7 more laps. Well, 6.5 more laps, but... let me pull that off. Thought I had a little oversteer there, but corrected it. Oof, my front bumper is falling off. Okay, just got 2 seconds on me. Fucking oversteer. Fucking Red Bull. I mean, not even Red Bull. You have the coloration of a Red Bull racer, though. And yes, I know he actually doesn't. I'm just... shut up, get off my back. Oh, god damn it. He's got 3 seconds on it, so I only lost a second from that incident on the grass. I only temporarily lost a position. There we go. Okay, 2.5 seconds before me, the guy in front of me. I'm probably braking way too early for turn 1, but we've all seen how well I handle turn 1, so... Maybe they should tell me who had the best lap of the day. And what the best lap is right now. All I know is at one point I had the best first sector. Probably not the case anymore. I think I'll ever have a top lap. Oh, that would be a penalty right there. I totally cut that. All 4 wheels were in the grass. Yeah, one of my teammates who's also driving the Beamer. Well, that's what happens when you try to get on the inside, you douche. You get run off the road. I had the line. Half a second. Hey, I've got the fastest first sector again. Just a little too quick back on the gas there. Oh wow, I'm having some issues there. I've had a second or so lead on the fastest lap time. I'm gonna have 3 laps to go to get 10 seconds. I'm not going to win this one. I might get the top 5. I think I'm going to get the 5 seconds in the last 3. I don't think I can get all 10. Of course, moments like that, I'm not even going to get the 5. I wouldn't be disappointed with a P6 finish, though. Come on. Hammond! Yeah, this actually would be a good track for Top Gear New Zealand. Four seconds behind, Jesus. Best lap, which I just said lost a lap. Unless someone's this lap. Okay, 2 laps to go. 4 seconds. Never say never, but... .004. 4/1000ths of a second fastest. Alright, I got this. I got top 5. Oh, no, I don't have top 5. Of course my fucking pit guy says, wait for him to make a mistake, and then I fucking lose it. Of course that happens. Of course. Fucking Murphy's Law. Fuck Murphy's Law, and fuck Murphy. Alright, last lap. I am 4 seconds back. Is a chance, but... I'd love to get that top 5 finish. I'd love to get the top 5 finish. Come on. Come on. Daddy needs a new pair of flywheels because I think I burnt him out this race. A little over 2 seconds. I can make this. Just a second difference now. Nope. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you in the corner you spun out in. Fuck you, you fucking whorebag. Ah! I wanted that top 5. Fucker. I would have had it too, if not for you meddling kids. Christ, 10 seconds behind the leader. Oh. No one got lapped. That's not that guy's name? Dong Yu Park. Right. Cleon Waterberg. Mark Dowling. John Hadden. Choose Rat. George. Taryn. Andrea. Whatever. Let's see. I had 33. My slap was 134.64. Jesus shit, I had the best slap by 4 seconds. And I still fucked up horribly. Cunts. Yeah, look at that. 138 to 141. And then my 134 right there. And I still fucked up. Alright. I think that's all we're going to do for right now. I might come back in a little bit and do another race. I might just sit back and do nothing. Or I might do something and not nothing and everything and nothing at once. And yay, yoo-hoo. I don't know what I was going for there. But I'm sure it was supposed to be funny. Alright, anybody. So, next time you see this is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be doing some serious racing. Some serious racing. See if I remember to actually do it properly this time. Alright, everybody. Hope you all have a good day, good night, good week, good life. This is the game. Is that the... That sounds like Doctor Who Regeneration music. The fuck? Your song is not yet ended, Doctor.